Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are gonna cover a very important SQL table question, which is common table expression or CTE. Okay, so let's start. So first, what is the definition of CTE? So CTE is basically common table expression. Okay, it is a temporary set. Okay, that you define at the beginning of a query using the with clause. Okay, the syntax of CTE like you will write the with clause. Okay, and then after with clause you can define any name. Okay, and then after defining the city name you will write as. Okay, and then within the parenthesis you will write the query. Okay, so whatever you are writing within this parenthesis, that will be a city query. Okay, and that will be considered as a temporary result set. Okay, so basically whatever is defined in this, you can consider it as a table. Okay, temporary table. Okay, and then after it whatever you write outside, that will be your main query. Okay, so let's understand with one example. Okay, so here as you can see, first for defining the city I'm writing with clause, then I'm defining the city name as department average, and then as, and then within the parentheses I'm writing one query. Okay, which is taking the average of salary from each department. Okay, so you can see, right, this is my temporary table that will be created. Okay, and what will be the name of temporary table? It will be department average. Okay, so now my temporary table, this department average table will have this information. What information it will have? It will have department name and the average salary from each department. Okay. So now outside of it, you can see, right. So whatever I have written inside this, that is all my city query. Okay. So now outside it, whatever I will write, that is my main query. Okay. So in the main query, what I am doing here, I am doing select star from department average. So this department average is nothing but my city query. Okay. Temporary table. Okay. So what it will give me in my output, it will give whatever is there in this query. Okay, whatever is the output of this query, the same output I will get here. Okay, so I hope you are able to get it. Okay, so now let's say you want to write multiple cities. Okay, so how you can do it? So whatever we covered right now, till now, it was just one city. Okay, but let's say you want to write multiple cities, so how can you do that? So the syntax for that is also same. Okay, the only thing is, like, let's say you will write with clause and then you will write the city name and then as. Okay, and then within the parentheses you will write your query. So this is my first city. Okay, and then after the comma, let's say I want to write another city. Okay, so I will write the comma, then after that I will write another city name. Okay, so here you can say I'm defining another city, and then as, and then within the parenthesis I will write another city query. Okay, so basically, so you don't need to repeat this with clause. Okay, you will write this only one time. The only thing is, like, you will write, if you want to write multiple city, you will repeat this. You will have to define this city name multiple times. Okay, like here I'm first defining this department average, then I am defining this another city above average employee. Okay, so like this. Okay, you will pass comma and then you will define another city name, and then as, and then within the parentheses you will write another city query. Okay, so here you can see, right, here first I define this department average city, and then this department average city will be my, and so what will happen, it will execute this and it will create this department average template table. So you can see that this department average template table I'm using here, right, to join it. So basically this is another table, right, so that's why I'm using in my join. Okay, so that's what I'm doing in another city. Okay, and whatever in outside, this is my main query, right, so whatever is the output of this query will be displayed in this select query. Okay, so I hope you are able to get it at how can you write multiple cities. Okay, so now let's cover one more question, like what are the difference between subquery and city. Okay, so let's take one this example. Okay, here you can see I have this multiple subquery. In this query I have multiple subqueries. Okay, you can see here, right, I have first subquery here, then I have another subquery here. Okay, let's assume that you have, in this query you have, let's say, 5 to 6 subqueries. Okay, then what will happen? Obviously it will become very complex. Okay, it will, you will not be able to read it. Okay, or you will also not able to debug it. Okay, it will become very complex. Okay, but if you can convert the same query into CT. Okay, you can see right on my right side, this is the CT query. Okay, then it becomes very easy, right, it is also very readable, and it is also very, you can also debug it. Okay, because Here we are defining one step at a time, right? We are first creating one city, then we are creating another city. Okay, then in each step we are doing something. Okay, and we can debug it also, and we can read it also, okay, easily. Okay, so that's the one difference you can tell. Okay, what is the difference between subquery and city? That it is readable. Okay, one you can tell readability. Okay, that city is more readable as compared to subquery. Okay, and the one you can tell debugging, because in subquery it will become very hard to debug it, but in city you can easily debug it. Okay, and the one thing you can tell is the performance. Okay, so mostly the performance of both the is same. Okay, there is not so much difference. Okay, on performance side both are same. Okay, and reusability, obviously if you're using subquery, then I can't use this subquery again and again, right? I will have to write it. If I want to use the same query, then I will have to write it again and again. Okay, but in this case, in the case of city, you can see, right, once I define the city, so city is nothing but the temporary table, right? So once I define the city, then I can use this table again and again, right? Okay, I hope you are getting it. Okay, here you can see, right, this department average I defined it here. Okay, but I'm using this table again here. So this table is nothing but this query. Okay, so this query I'm using here itself, right? So I hope you are able to get it. Okay, so these are the main difference. Okay, this question can be asked, what is the difference between CTE and subquery? You can tell. Okay, one based on readability, one based on reusability, one based on performance, and one based on debugging. Okay, so now let's go to database. Okay, let's cover it there also. Okay, so I already have some creative statement, insertive statement. Okay, if you want, then I can put this into my YouTube video description so that you can also practice the same. So I have this employee table. Okay, already created. Okay, so you can see here I am defining one simple city. Okay, so how have we defined it? Using the with clause, then we pass the city name, and then as, then within the parenthesis you will write your query. Okay, and then outside it we have this main query which will execute it. Okay, so you can see this is the output. Okay, now let's say you want to pass multiple cities. Okay, so as I told you, right, we will write with clause only once, then city name, then as. Okay, this is my first city, then I will pass comma, then I will pass another city name, then as, and within the parenthesis I will pass the another city query. Okay, and then outside of it we will have the main query. Okay, so I hope you are able to get it. Okay, and I hope I was able to cover this topic. Okay, if you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel and comment on the video and share with your friends. Okay, we will meet in the next video with some interesting SQL question. Okay, till then, goodbye and thank you.